Oh. All right. Okay. Gosh. I'm sitting here arguing with my dog right now, so. It's pretty annoying. Anyway, you could be getting, as you see in this message, to a greater level of awareness within which steps you're meant to be taking in a situation, all right? And there could be a decision to move quickly, okay? This is funny. And you can be moving in a higher aligned way, okay? All right. Gotta sneeze. Let's see, what do we need to know real quick? Whoa. Where did it go? Ah, don't even. Okay. Well, we got truth right here, okay? And we have the Ace of Swords and the King of Wands. Somebody could be, you know, really seeing the truth for what it is, and you know, knowing, getting to a greater clarity of what it is that they're really wanting to embrace with what it is that they've envisioned for themselves. So they could be kind of like getting a greater clarity of a larger picture. Okay. What happened here? Okay. Let's see. Oh, and we got the Tower and the Hierophant. So this could be, you know, creating and shifting things in a major way that is helping for somebody to align within their higher self and with what the truth is that they're wanting to express. We got Justice right here. Okay. There's a balance, truth, justice, clarity, just like reconfirmation. And it could even be, you know, recognition based on like an aspect of sameness. Right here. It's like both these cards came out and they have pretty much the same exact setup, you know, same clothing, colors, you know, awareness, focus, you know. And the purple and gold, like there could be like different like aspects of what had been focused on, but there could be a recognition within a similarity. Somebody could have been looking at things from a different perspective and moving forward more in a more healed way with integrating this new truth with like both these. Actually, they're all laying down right here. So somebody could be really surrendering into this truth from all different perspectives. Okay, like it could have been something that was like, you know, giving them strain and stress in different ways, but as they look at things from a different perspective, you know, from all different angles, basically, they could be, you know, integrating a greater recognition of similarity. Let me see. Like I said, with how they're meant to be moving forward, or acknowledging that they can move forward from the outlook of previous difficulty. All right, we got the Seven of Wands and the Page of Swords. It's like somebody could be feeling that they can stay secure and content with what it is that they've gained a recognition with, and what it is that they could be wanting to protect at this time. Okay. That was like slow motion. Not really, but I knew it was gonna happen. Let me see. So somebody could have been like watching something occur over a period of time, and kind of like easing themselves into this awareness. Okay, but they could have been restricting themselves Let me see. From using their truth and being courageous with this awareness. They could have been restricting themselves and kind of holding themselves back previously. Okay. But at this point, somebody's gotten to a greater level of cooperation and looking at things from a more positive perspective. They could be feeling secure and content with what it is they formed for themselves, and brought into their life based on these truths that they are embracing, and they could be moving forward with some type of communication or offer, and wanting to initiate taking action towards something. Okay. With a greater sense of worth. Did I say that? Anyway. All right. Somebody could have been kind of like surrounded with toxicity or unhealthy dynamics and situations that they weren't really desiring of. So it's like somebody could be feeling like they're wanting to take a leap of faith, even to just get out of those types of situations and get to a position of being more carefree and really wanting to initiate towards a new beginning. Okay, so it's like somebody's wanting to like hop out of a situation and into something new. Okay. Whoa. Now, like, I hope that's like not sounding all scandalous or something, but like somebody's just wanting to relieve themselves from certain scenarios, basically, and move forward more intentionally where they're wanting to be. We got the Wheel of Fortune, and this card I'm just going to see as, it's got this one where it says, seeing the symbolism in tarot and paying more attention to your intuition and all this other stuff. So it's like, I'm just kind of seeing this card as like somebody's, leading more intentionally for themselves and for others. Okay. So, yeah, somebody could be leading themselves into a new chapter. All right. And, excuse me. Sorry. This guy's a little loud. Hey, don't be itching up on my bed. Okay. Anyway, we got 9 of Pentacles and Knight of Wands. So, somebody could be leading the way, feeling content with what they have for themselves and what they feel purposefully within, okay, like, or what they're feeling desiring of doing. And there could be even action that somebody's taking towards someone else more intentionally in a way that they are wanting to bring a greater sense of passion and contentment into the situation. Like, it could even be, kind of like wanting to match energies in a way that someone feels they could be adding to someone's life in a way of like being like a harmonious pair or match. Okay, so that's cute. I never really noticed that type of energy in this before, but it's like somebody's like in a contented position on them by themselves, but they have somebody rushing in over here wanting to be a part of what's going on, and where there's a reciprocal energy, basically. And when somebody, you know, gets to a position where they're like really facing their fears and wanting to pay more attention to what type of actions they're wanting to take. They could be feeling like, if, you know, feeling as if they don't make the right move at this time, that they could be kind of like going without in certain situations where they feel they had been working on certain things for a long time and maturing and elevating, and they could be feeling like they're, you know, not wanting to miss out, I guess, on or have, like, let me see, not be in the full alignment of what it is that they were trying to strive for. Okay. But yeah, so somebody could be, you know, wanting to pay attention to, that's funny, I was just about to say, whether they're paying attention to their intuition or the, like, learned outlooks or egoic awarenesses. Okay, so somebody could be like wanting to get to a position where they can feel that they've truly achieved something, instead of like they're going without or really lacking what it is that they truly would be desiring of, or, you know, would be uplifting for them. Okay, but we got the High Priestess right here. Ouch. Okay, so yeah, I guess pay attention to your instinct. Confirmation. Oh, confirmation. Let's High Priestess. And you could be kind of, or someone could be moving in a way where they're closing out painful cycles and initiating towards a new beginning when it comes to certain third-party dynamics. And they could also be getting to a more celebratory awareness as they move into this beginning. They could be wanting to be or able to be more vulnerable and know that they're being guided and protected as they move forward. Aw, cute. We got the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So somebody really wants to be vulnerable. They might not even feel fully confident in the way that they probably could be, right? But they're wanting to express themselves from the heart at this point and move forward, in order to really create the environment that they are really wanting to pour into, and are they know the steps that they're needing to take. They've matured and leveled up and are skillful. And we got the King of Cups right there. How cute. Oh, and the Page of Cups. And the Ace of Wands. Oh, shit. And the Magician. How cute. So this person might not feel like they're ready, but once they actually take action, there's an awareness that they could be really feeling much more content, able, and open with the message they're wanting to share. And they could be embracing, you know, the initiating towards, you know, embracing what is allowing for a greater sense of strength within what they're feeling purposeful and passionate within, and like wield that strength when it comes to what it is that they're wanting to create and form with all the different elements within their life, you know. So it's like they're able to move with passion and, you know, focus on what it is that they're wanting to create, wherever that pentacle is. I don't know. But they also have the emotion. Oh, there it is. I thought it was somewhere over here. They also have the emotion behind it and the knowledge. Okay, so this could have been something that they were, you know, working towards. And once they've gained a certain insight, it's a matter of like that leap of faith, taking action with this knowledge, and then, you know, being open to what could be coming back at you. And it seems that when this does occur, somebody could be feeling Like they're moving straight into a more passionate and contented new beginning as well. Okay. There could be certain aspects of loss that someone could be having to create a balance within. But we got the Four of Wands right here. There could be a solid structure that somebody could be wanting to protect. And they know, you know, what it is that they're protecting and what they're wanting to receive. Okay, so somebody could have like been preparing for this awareness. Okay, and kind of taking slow action, making certain difficult choices. But they know that they're, you know, leading themselves to, we got the Ten of Cups right here, you know, emotional fulfillment and contentment, a true solid, you know, foundation where they're, you know, holding on to what they need to hold on to and releasing what they're needing to release, looking at things from a much more innocent and healed perspective. Having transformed from, I knew, that's so weird, I knew the Two of Cups was right there for some reason. So yeah, somebody could have been, what was I saying? Having gone through a major transformation based on the battles that they've gone through, they're able to move forward in a way where they can really devote themselves more intentionally towards what they feel is bringing that greater stability. And we get the Ace of Cups right there, and true emotional fulfillment within relationship dynamics. Okay, so wow, somebody's really preparing. Oh my gosh, gonna read the whole thing right here. Somebody's really preparing themselves to move forward intentionally towards what they feel would be embodying, excuse me, their long-term goals. And I know this is like itching like crazy right now. Embodying their long-term goals and being like a wish fulfillment, leading them into success and navigating through illusionary and confusing dynamics. Okay. That's funny. Okay, but we got the King of Wands right here. Keep staying out. So somebody could be really feeling like they are maintaining and moving forward towards a true vision that they had within them. Okay. All right. And cute. We got contentment, gratitude, and happiness, and then we got technology, but it says incoming call. So I saw that the other day, and that was the only part that I saw on I was like kind of scanning the card, and it just kept like swooping back to the phone call. Anyway, so could be somebody could be they could be dealing with fear of rejection, abandonment, different issues like that, but they're getting to a more contented outlook with the knowledge that they've gained. And they're being optimistic. Okay, so somebody is feeling that this is something that they could have been hoping and wishing for, and even promised in some type of way. Okay, sorry, I was like super loud, but I'm trying to get this. It could have been something that was making them feel like they're a little out of sorts. Okay, they could have been feeling a little unstable with the inner thought process that they'd been having. But I'm not trying to laugh, but I get you. There's been a lot of okay. Bro, knock it off. Okay. Don't want to talk about it. Hold on. Let's see. So this guy got knock it off. Okay, so he got my attention off of everything that I was saying, so that's kind of annoying. But somebody could have been feeling isolated or alone in different ways, okay? And they could have felt like they were, you know, having some type of isolated lifestyle where other people just didn't, you know, get it or something like that. But they could be now aware of the fact that these feelings that they had within them were based on certain spiritual gifts, and they could be moving forward more intentionally without fear. They could be feeling a greater sense of strength, independence, and ability or intelligence, okay? And they could be, you know, kind of ascending, and this could be you or someone else, but somebody could be ascending into a more elevated position and really kind of ready to receive what is meant for them. Okay, somebody could be getting more closer connections that could be coming in, and somebody could be really kind of escaping negative spell work that had been placed upon them, or certain negative, you know, energy markers or something, okay? So basically... so somebody could be feeling, oh, cute, much more intentional when it comes to they're wanting to be more optimistic when it comes to what they feel would be a true adventure. Okay, they feel they have the power. They're, you know, feeling much more empowered when it comes to their destined position. All right, and somebody could be, we have two people hiding behind the corner right here. So, look it. We're both hiding right there. It's funny. And then it says copycat too, so there could be like mirroring aspects going on right now, but somebody could be wanting to initiate, be more friendly, okay, honest, loyal, and it says independent and intellectual, and that's like the second time I read that on a different card, you know, today, just now. Anyway, so somebody could be wanting to make their own decisions and move more intentionally for themselves instead of, you know, following the crowd or waiting for someone else to initiate, you know. And it's even like when you're looking in the mirror, and it's like that quote, like, if you want to see a change in the mirror, you need to initiate yourself, right? Oh, look at that. And I see a rainbow on TV right now, so cute. Rainbows could be relevant. But yeah, so somebody could be, woo, wanting to call is making them crazy. Knock on wood. Could be a miracle. But, anyway, so somebody could be really feeling a strong pull or intensity to reach out, okay? And you know what's so funny is, and look at the rainbow. Ally, friend, and confidant, okay? Okay, this is what the message was from my dream this morning. It says, love, okay? This is all I remember, because it was like a nice dream, and then I'm like, I got woken up all quick. I'm like, what happened? So this one's all I remember was like the certain feeling or whatever. So there was a feeling of love, okay? You're meeting somebody and talking, and there was an understanding, okay? So it's kind of funny because that's what I was talking about earlier, about the truth, okay, that somebody is getting to a greater clarity with. But someone could be feeling guilt, remorse, regret, but there could be a truth when it comes to, you know, what somebody is allowing themselves to, or moving forward towards what it is they're wanting to openly embrace, okay? We got an otherworldly lover right there, okay? And the rainbow is definitely relevant because it's still on there. But so yeah, this could be, you know, that's pretty crazy that the these two cards came out together. It's a miracle. So there's some, it says celestial lover as well, you know, so you could be definitely meeting or aligning with your, you know, divine counterpart, right? It's crazy. Okay, that's a miracle. I try not to say that's crazy. Anyway, anyway, let's see. So somebody could be feeling determined, okay, forceful, emotional, paying attention to their intuition, feeling powerful, passionate, and this is exciting and magnetic, okay? So, whoop. Somebody could be paying attention to certain warning signs. Oops. It's funny because I was just reading this right here. It says jealous and resentful, compulsive and obsessive. So we have caution, warning, danger. There could be other people's energies that are, you know, maybe needing to be made aware of or something. Okay. We have, there could be, let me see, like certain falsifications in certain ways that you need to be aware of. You know, it's funny because I was just saying something like that. About, okay, so there could be certain falsifications about someone's true alignment, and the guidance that they are really receiving, okay? So, make sure you use your discernment in whatever the scenario is that you are opening yourself up to, or whoever this might be. But like, you could be, you know, paying attention to all the signs, and somebody could be saying, you know, like, oh yeah, this is something that I am all about, blah blah blah. But it's like they could have also like known something, you know, where there's their own agenda that they have behind what they're, you know, why they're saying, why they're saying they're in agreement with you in the first place, you know. So it's like, instead of just being like watching for the signs to show you the way, like, there's still a need for you to pay attention to your energetic vibration internally when you are in navigating and dealing with certain people. So I was just talking about that, like, really kind of crazy, but it's like, you know, there could be people who are false, pretending, you know, like saying, you know, that they're aligned with God, but it's like you need to start paying attention to like what God are you in alignment with, you know what I mean? Like, it's like there's different, you know, perceptions of what people have as what that awareness would be, and there's a need to kind of recognize what you're being guided by, or by whom, right? So pay attention to the way that you feel internally, and if you're like at peace, at ease, you know, if there's laughter that occurs in a natural way, those are all like signs that like this is a lighthearted energy that can be, you know, you could be feeling secure within, or whatever the case is. But if it's like, if there's this, you know, tinge or something like that, like in your belly, or like a heaviness or something, that could be signs of falsity, right? Okay. Oh, we got intent to harm and peace, harmony, and calm. So you could be definitely coming into a position where you're needing to recognize the difference between the two feelings, okay? In order to navigate your way through your fears right here, and elevate, you know, within your own spiritual ranking, okay? So Interesting. There could be like there could be third parties that are definitely trying to take away from look at this union right here, all right? And somebody could be trying to make both parties feel less than or overwhelmed, feeling vulnerable, and in their in a place where they should be concerned and, you know, with moving forward basically. But there's a need to recognize that there's like, there could be like, it says dark alliance right there, or secret collaboration right here. There could be different groups apparently that are wanting to stop energetically certain connections from happening. Okay, so just keep that in awareness, you know. And so it's like, even when you're feeling, you know, vulnerable or scrutinizing yourself, look at the card that pops up. Recognize that could be the, you know, oh my gosh, this is so cute. That's so funny, dude. I'll show you in a second. When you're feeling scrutinized or scrutinizing yourself in a certain way, notice, you know, energetically that could be the work of, you know, others trying to get in your head in certain ways, right? Like these are the cards I was talking about, you know. And but look instead of feeling concerned, like, know that you have strength, you know, in your corner, and you can be kind of moving forward in a way that you know you're meant to, regardless of, you know, whatever illusions, look at this, and lies. All right, whatever illusions and lies that you are you know, being faced with, right? So stay true to your emotional and energetic understanding, okay? And even when there's like a certain message could be repeating in your head, and you're like, why do I keep thinking this? Or why does the song keep playing in my head? Like, there's a need to address and get to the understanding of what that is meant for you to, you know, what are you meant to learn out of this, right? And look at how funny we got source. Okay, so you could definitely be recognizing the difference between other people's illusions, lies, and, you know, what the true, you know, power and strength and energy of God is, right? You could be creating a balance, and look at that. Oh my God. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. How cute is this? So we got, oh, so cute. Hold on. Let me see. This says, we got somebody who's modest and shy, but meticulous, reliable, practical and diligent, intelligent and analytical. Okay. So you could be, you know, kind of getting to a greater balance, and embracing and understanding the difference in energy, recognizing where it is that you're really meant to be, what you're really, you know, enticed by, what is really meant for you, and moving in a more action-oriented way that is aligned with your higher self, and, you know, what it is that you're really wanting. Okay, somebody is done playing games with corruption, bribes, and coercion, and they could have been doing the energy work that they needed to do. This is crazy. What's over here? What's this one? Put that out there. Somebody could be recognizing what it is that they had too much of in their life, and you know, that they're wanting to be more practical and disciplined within their you know, expression. They've had certain awarenesses and epiphanies when it comes to what had been hindering, blocking, intruding, or interfering with the work that they've been wanting to do, and they are wanting to make changes to adjust and adapt. Okay. Somebody's being more courageous based on recognizing gossip, lies, and false or fraudulent scenarios. Okay, so there could be like I said before, like wanting to like hop themselves out of certain situations. Like they could be really wanting to, they could be recognizing energetic differences and wanting to kind of get themselves out of a false scenario. Okay, somebody could be really shocked by the awarenesses that they're forming, and the position that they could be arriving at, with like we got this role model type of thing. Like this, somebody could be really kind of, or how somebody could be received, right? They could be moving into this completely different environment. They could have been dealing with projections from of false outlooks based on substance abuse or addictive outlooks and behavior. But now when they're looking at things from a higher perspective, a more connected awareness, and have a greater sense of connectivity within the knowledge that they, have gained for themselves, they could be recognizing they're wanting to take action more intentionally when it comes to what had been trapping or taking away from them, and what would be a true fortune and abundant situation that they could be feeling content and having gratitude with. Okay, so somebody's gone through major transformation after feeling under the weather in different areas of their life and in a position of dis-ease, right? They've gone through a major transformation, rebirth, and upgrade, and they could be really kind of getting to a much more confident and content position with, the insights they've gained at this time. Okay, so that's really cool. Let me see. Somebody could have felt that, they knew everything in different ways, but they could have recognized what they were really lacking, and at this point they could be gaining a greater access to a more loving connection or agreement or commitment. Okay. The only parts that I said that I saw on here was it says love life. So somebody could be wanting to there's like a bunch of words right here in the first ones that I saw. I thought it said my love life, but it says may love life. So anyway, but so love life. Somebody could be making more loving contracts or commitments when it comes to their love life and moving forward into a new beginning that is much more friendly, reliable, non-confrontational, helpful. Okay, and where there's does that say reliability right there twice? Yep. That's funny. I guess there's going to be a lot more reliability. It could be looked at as a true balance, passion, intuition, and a gift. All right. Certain things that had been, certain awarenesses that were kept from someone created insecurity or self-doubt, but somebody could be recognizing that that was based on other people's or energy's negative control and regulation of a situation, but somebody is healing from poisonous, toxic, or harmful chaos magic, okay, and being able to move forward towards what they're wanting to create, okay, instead of being bound by, oh my gosh, there's 2 different cards where they're showing them all tied up right here. Look at. Okay, so definitely being bound, right? Somebody could have been moving out of situations that where they were bound by scenarios that weren't Oh, it says mind control manipulation right there. So yeah, that we're taking away from what their true intuition could have been. Okay, so somebody's now being guarded, safe, and secure. Okay, and someone could be feeling truly optimistic and hopeful when it comes to expressing themselves as they are. Okay, instead of being the victim of some type of trickster, it says again right there, or deception. All right, so somebody's moving forward in a more emotional way. They could be feeling truly enamored, but concerned of whether or not they're going to, like I was saying, like whether it's going to be another harmful scenario. So anyway, that's basically the main issue for everybody, I think. Are you gonna hurt me? Something like that. Anyway, but if you're doing all things, I saw this thing this video yesterday, and this kid was like eating some kind of candy, and he's just talking about like saying all these like existential truths, but all nonchalant and everything. And he's like, the future's a vibe, and I was like, whoa. But I like had all these different like bells ringing and all this stuff. But so we're always going to be in the now moment. The future is, you can plan for it in however whatever way, but in physical ways, and do that physically, but like you also have to be in the moment of what you're gonna create for the next future moment in time or whatever. So it's like what you are adding, whether it's negative or positive, is what you are speaking life into, right? So the outcome depends on what energy you choose to put in, either positive or negative. Put in positive or take out negative. So I'm gonna pop. But so yeah, energetically, if you're paying attention to the energy within whatever given situation, you could be it's funny, really kind of adding to for the long run or taking away. It's kind of like there's this like curiouser and curiouser, like there's all these synchronicities I've been dealing with today. And actually the conversation about somebody reaching out like was definitely a message that was like all over the airwaves or whatever. But so it could be just kind of like somebody's gearing up, and could be a shift, right? But there's really kind of like this energy, I think, of recognizing connectivity or the lack of connectivity right now, so I think somebody could be feeling inspired or taking action in that way. But anyway, hopefully this helped. I'm gonna go away now. Okay, have a good one. Bye.